Alrighty, we are back, guys, and we have fully vassalized Mazab and Tellus. We have also taken out this little country down here and gave it to Tellus. So we have two vassals that are massive, supporting our great state of Carthage. And now we have started to build an amazing fleet. We have an amazing economy, and we are just gonna full send that and finish all this stuff. So we are doing our explorations, but we're not sending anyone else out there because I think the time for colonies for us has completely shifted. It's a little too late to focus on colonies, so we are focusing on what we can build back here at home, and that is obviously going to be building merchant quarters and getting as many of these as we possibly can, and we will build as many of those as we can. And then we will continue to up our trading. More trade makes us more profit. More profit makes us more money. And more money makes us more boats and army. So we are going to actually... So now that maritime presence has increased, that is really massive for us. So we are actually going to split our navies in half and send 10 ships to each area that we can have establish maritime presence. So our capital is actually good. It does not need any more. So we are going to split these in half, and we are just going to get more boats at every location. I've tried the patrolling feature. It's supposed to work, but often it does not. So we just need to get some more maritime presence at these locations, and mainly I want to send some up there and really start to build maritime presence in those most northern areas of our nation, because I think that will be very beneficial. So I'm actually going to split all of these in half to 5 boats per, and we're going to start sending them to each of these locations. And just, you know, if war comes to our shores, then we will be ready. We will split our navy up and we will deal with it accordingly. But until then, we will have everybody just sort of establish a naval presence around all of the most heavy areas that, you know, benefit and get control. Even with that default of +10, we're able to just continue to build more naval presence in these areas, and hopefully this will help us in the long run. We don't have any control there, unfortunately, but as you can see, we have a standing navy of 80 ships, which is quite impressive. And now that they are surrounding all of that, let's take a look at control. And as you can see, control is starting to go up in these areas, just simply because they have boats establishing that naval presence that is so dang important. So now that we have that, we want to just take a look at all these seats and where we can do this. Let's sponsor a university. I think that is very important to our nation. We'll just see where that lands as far as money. We have cities here. These cities definitely need to get more buildings. So of course we just spam those paper workshops. We're literally going to be the paper capital of the world, it seems, because they just give so much money to us and allow us to up our technology right now. So I am happy with that. It is what it is. Can this become a city? It does not have the people for a city yet, but eventually it might. We can build a navy supply, printer shop. We're not at war, so we're not really getting slaves, so that doesn't really help us too much. We have all those navies, these governments, prestige, and support. So look at that. Perfection. And now everyone keeps trading in our capital. Our capital keeps growing. We've almost assimilated that entire area. We can call a war against the Ottomans, but that would be not very good for us. So it doesn't really help us. They do not really like us that much because our alliances kept breaking, unfortunately. Oh no, their greed got the better of them. Alright, we'll go towards a traditional economy just for this few turns, which Destabilizes us just a little bit, but not too terrible. Alright, but we definitely want to, we definitely want to now focus on building up, wait, so if our so our explorations are almost done. We're headed to Scandinavia and finding these Scandinavians. We have an alliance with Morocco, which is great. Oh, we can ask them for money. Yes, thank you, Morocco. Give us some money. So with that money, we have most of our major roads built. I don't even know what this is. At the very least, we want that to be a town. We have these capitals that are just nothing. So let's, at the very least, put a town in every capital. If we can't get a city in them. So that's part of us? Yes, that is a part of us. So we're founding towns in all these capitals and locations, and hopefully that, you know, will help control in these areas and build it out even further. We really could develop the interior of our country. As you can see, it is not looking good, but our coastline is magnificent. We have quite a bustling coastline. We have quite a nice inner location as well. What can we do? Hang on. We definitely want to promote people there. That was weird. It just said, what can we do? And there was nothing. We had no option there. Peculiar. Alright, so once again, just more paper shops. Keep them coming. We have literally everything has become a city in our main capital, and they all just need paper shops. It's nothing but paper shops here. As long as they are not over the limit, that is very good. Diseases. Okay, so everybody is pretty disease resistant because they have those wondrous buildings. Alright, let's sort of go to super speed and see if we're able to get more and more people. I guess we could get naval presence in Syracuse. Oh, the port authority. So we absolutely want to build port authorities anywhere we can. So let's go ahead and find that wonderful port authority. I'm actually not sure what type of building it is at all. Port authority. Trade capacity. Alright. So we can build them here. Alright, well, you know, wait, let's see if there's no available peasants. Okay, so we can build them in our capital as well. Okay, so I think these are the upgrade from, I don't know if they're the next marketplace, but they definitely look really good, so. I don't know if they're the next upgrade from the merchant quarters, but they give us trade capacity, market access, and even more, so that is very nice. And yeah, we want to build them in our capital. But our capital, it costs way too much to build them in there, unfortunately. So we need to either get rid of some buildings so we can support 164 buildings, but we have too many of them. So the choices are to demolish buildings or finish upgrading them. So like we could demolish some of these armories, we could demolish some of these other buildings, or we can just keep developing them and allow us to have more, because it's a tough call. So like we could destroy this. Yeah, we just have too many economic buildings here, but those port authorities would yield more. It's just, what do we sacrifice? Or we can just build port authorities in these other buildings and be fine while our capital continues to develop and everybody becomes happier. Alright, we have returned with with maps of Finland, which is pretty cool. So we are developing Tunis. We might actually be able to further develop it as well. Yeah, we can make the nobles a little mad. I need to see if we have any other, so we have appease the state, change societal, develop a province, encourage migration. I don't think we want more people there. Province control could be very nice to start establishing that in, like, this area right here. Yeah. So we could do it on this one, or we could do it here. Let's sort by control and see where we have the most. It'd be like population to control ratio. But Annaba, yeah, see, Annaba has 200. Oh, here has 431,000. So they have actually the highest tax base, I think. Well, they have cities, but this is 431,000 people. Let's look at the control map. Oh, yeah. So we could do either one of these. I think we do Annaba because the other one isn't as controlled. And we can get a new guy to help develop our capital. As you can see, we have nearly 100% control of those locations, which is great. Our money is continuing to flow in while we build all these printing paper workshops because, you know, we need more paper, always. And while we do that, we can check on... Oh, this place is almost ready to become a city. That's very nice. So we'll just build these. Build a weapons workshop. Perfect. And now that everybody has acquired all their paper making, we can have a few more to go, but we're just building up here, and we can actually turn this into a city as well. So our people are happy, our location is satisfied. We got some people that are missing some stuff. We'll fill those up. I still have absolutely zero idea what piracy is. Castile, we could intervene against them. Oh, our crown prince is not married. So we could marry... The Carmimids would probably be the best choice. Heck yeah. We got plenty of unmarried children. We'll just go for the country with the highest highest score here and just marry. Let's go to my... Where's the crown prince? Crown prince. Let's get another royal wife. Bring them all. Marry them all. Bam. Can we marry anymore? It's very important that your crown prince just starts marrying as many as possible and just starts cranking out the babies. That is a massive marriage. That'll crank out some very powerful children. We'll give you that one too. Bam. Non-stop marriage. Then we're increasing control here, and then eventually we can go to the next area. But we're looking phenomenal with all these. Oh my, another royal marriage. Unfortunate. No royal marriage available at this time. So I'm trying to get this building and development and allow us to build more buildings. So like somehow we just got 10 more buildings there. For whatever reason, and I don't know why. Because I didn't build any more buildings. Unless building buildings in these areas is causing it. No, it's just the capital. We'll roll as we see fit there. Alright, we're fully done exploring, so let us slow down and let's focus on port authorities. Now that we can build more of those wonderful buildings. There they are, port authorities. Let us try to build as many in the best possible locations. And there goes all of our doubloons. Pretty much this town is where it says it's the best to build. God is good. We love that. Just the random God is good bonus. Alright, where can we royal marry into? Sure. Bam. Give us some prestige. Poor guy. Alright, you can marry noble. There you are. We'll keep you available for more royal marriages. And that's why you give your ruler 4 wives, so then they can marry a whole plethora of children and just keep cranking them out. Employ his skills, tenacity, make people happy. Oh, cultural tradition and influence. We want to do scientific, for sure. So our economy is growing great. Our navy is probably one of the most powerful in the world right now. We'll build a fleet of just heavy carracks here. I think we could use a little more boats just in the area. Because why not? I see. Expected navy size. Ooh, wine output 30%. We're getting all the wine. We don't really care about spies there. We know what they're trying to do. We know exactly what Castile's trying to do. And then eventually we build a big enough military to go over there and just blast them. Unfortunately, my children cannot get married right now. Let us look to see if there is any, we want to see if there's universities that we could build anywhere. Sure can. Let's see if there are any, libraries. I think libraries are here. There they are. Got some new cities that need some education. Then we actually have another market that I need to look at. I always look at that one and just mass produce this one. But this other market over here isn't worth ignoring. It has, yeah, see, like, it actually has a lot of universities we could build as well. I need to really... I think my capital is great. I think I'm going to focus on these coastal areas more and try to make this a shining part of my empire while my capital is essentially capped, right? Like, yeah, we can go to these outlying areas and make them better and make them cities and stuff, but for the most part, it can't really grow. Whereas if we heavily invest in Al Jazeera, we can make a lot. We can get it up to 300 per as well. Which, you know, our entire game started off by taking this area, so upgrading this area, upgrading this city, upgrading everything we can here, I think will be incredibly beneficial. Like, let's build that, let's build that, let's build one of those. We just gotta build all of these things. It is most definitely a distiller's guild. All things that we absolutely need to make this location really grow and pop off. And now our capital is going to have 3 more ships. There we are. Our global trading has increased, so we are now able to get that. All right, let's just turn this into some insane amounts of carracks. I know they're expensive. There we are. And that'll just be the Royal Battle Fleet. And then every place in our location has that. So if we go to war, we just bring the super fleet together, maybe split in half, because we're looking at over 100 battleships right now. So maybe we don't need 100 of them. Raise noble-sponsored mercenaries. Promote a member of them. Market expansions. Yes. Absolutely. Market expansion. Address the Burger Mansion complaints. Sure. Sorry, nobility. We gotta appease you. You guys will get over it. I promise you'll be okay. How very novel. This is silly. Cabinet of Curiosities. Huh. We'll prioritize religion. I don't want to spend that much money on it. Alright, we have some royal marriages we can send off. Bam, there you go. I hate how only the women of your country can marry right now. Like, none of the other places have eligible women to marry. Ask them to improve. Sure. You can improve our cultural opinion of you. Why not? Alright, so let us go to this market, and let's start cranking this market all the way up. We want port authorities everywhere. We don't want nothing else but port authorities. I think that'll be, or well, counting houses. Okay. So we could have this many counting houses, which, as you see, counting houses give way more power, which is very nice. Counting houses give us more crown power, which gives us more control, which gives us more money. That is why they are very expensive buildings. So we want counting houses everywhere. Looks like we can build one every month. Issue a formal complaint. Yeah, we don't give a F about you, Castile. What are you gonna do? Go to war with us? Rush of merchants for 10 years. Love that. Yeah, and now we've built all those counting houses. We have built all these universities. Our navy is looking glorious. Look at Telos is even getting some navy out there. I love that for them. So we're just going to develop this whole area over here. We're going to make this place really, really powerful. And by doing so, hopefully we can, you know. Oh, a dyes workshop. Okay. And hopefully by doing this, we will be, we'll be able to solve any of our problems. So we have fully urbanized this area. Let us go to the next area that needs urbanizing. So you just kind of look to see where all these people are red. We're continuing to develop our capital, of course. And maybe one day we will, you know, get that fully staffed buildings to the point we need to where we can start upgrading again. I don't even know if upgrading a building helps you or hurts you, but we have some unmarried children. All of our sons, unfortunately. We'll just get him some heirs. Alright, he has one. Alright. Marry a noble. Age. Put it in the treasury. Oh, or it could be... We're gonna put that in the treasury. That allows us to upgrade more port authorities. Yay, and by the time we build the next one, it should be fine. Perfect. So port authority, which is more trading, more market access, and more protections. Merchant quarters, obviously, are next. Once again, we'll just crank them out, and then we will promote people here if we have to. Oh. A minor rebellion. I'd say I'm concerned, but I'm not. Oh, would you look at that? We can marry Tellus. Perfect. What is this one? Ask for money again. Oh? Oh, we lack the favors. Okay, we can't ask for money for a while. Or we don't have the favors to ask for money, but... You know. We could go into artillery, but we have so much stuff we're learning here still. So much education. That we'll actually embrace the other two places before we really go into it. Our great power, we're a 36 great power, which is pretty good for starting off as not one of the great powers, right? This country is not that good to start off with, and we have managed to pull ourselves up from the bootstraps, if you will, and build some really awesome stuff. So while we are constructing stuff, oh, let's get that, let's get that, let's get that. Let's build all of those. A stud farm, yeah, let's get one of them there too. We have that. A castle, heck yeah, let's build a castle. Yeah, we'll make our nobles happy. And then we'll probably tax them more. Because that's what you do when your people are happy. So we have great generals, we have a great navy. Everything is really coming together, guys. And I'm very happy with that. Oh, we can hire pirates. Yar. Letters of marque. I really want to get a standing army and just be ready. So, like, we could go for Castile, or we could go for Naples. The problem with Naples is they're aligned with half the freaking world. Castile is just kind of out here doing whatever. But Castile might just draw us into war because, you know, that's what they like to do. Alright, so we are going to start urbanizing, yeah, this area for sure. We're gonna urbanize this area and make it, much better since we have overspent pretty much every single person here. By a lot. But let us go to this, and we're in the Algiers market, so let us build more port authorities. That is the #1 building that we could build here and really try so we can build marketplaces. So marketplaces, merchant quarters. So we can build merchant quarters and port authorities, which I think will be very good for these areas. I just got to see where our port authorities are. Frigate. We want to at least do one everywhere. There you have it. More port authorities. We're going to build the greatest port authority we've ever seen. And these guys are going to build new buildings all by themselves. Our capital is glorious. I kind of want, like, Castile to declare war in Morocco and really bring us in. If we could have that occur and bring everybody in, like, I kind of want to just see if our navy's good enough. Because these are the best, well, they were the best ships of the age. We hit a new age, so Spain might have better. But if we have so many of them, what could Spain do to us? I don't really think Spain could do much to us because we would just have so many boats. Let's see how my crown prince is doing. Oh my goodness. We rule as we see fit. Yeah, we'll rule as we see fit. Alright, my crown prince has that guy who will become the next one, so. It's hard to manage all of them, especially when you give them 4 wives and like 15 children. So it just becomes really hard. So if we invest in our culture, we lose 30 gold per turn. What does that give us in return? In our fort maintenance, we can lower. Naval maintenance, obviously, that is definitely a big one. All of our investment is just tanking our navy down. But as you can see, even just what we've invested in Al Jazeera just for a little bit has really, really helped. We lost this cabinet member, so let us appoint a new one, 31. That is definitely going to help. Increasing control there, very helpful as well. Yes, that looks so nice, seeing control be green all across the area and all around these locations. Obviously, the interior really needs some work, but if we have a great coastline, we can then focus on the rest. It's where all of our people are, too. Like, if we look at the population, everybody's in these locations. No one's really out there doing anything. So we really want to try to buy that location from Morocco. Or at least this one. I'm curious how much it's going to cost me to buy it. If they would even consider selling it. Oh my. Core, rank, same religion base, value of location. I see. So, like, I don't know. Like, the computer is always happy to buy them from us, but they are not happy to ever sell them. It's a bit crazy to me. But encouraging urbanization has really, really helped here. But let us go more market productions, port authorities. Let's keep getting these suckers out. We'll just maximize the port authority. Which, in turn, maximizes trade goods. And then, hopefully, maximizes everything else. So, we're just developing for the Sunni faith. We love that. So, like I said, we have we just have a lot. Like, we have a very protected border. I really want to take Sicily and Naples. You know, are we spying on Naples? Have I started spying on them? Do I have covert action? I have not. Let's start spying on Naples and see what we can get. See if we can start learning some stuff about them. Aragon would not be a bad war to do. Aragon is in alliance with Portugal and Baden. They are enemies of France. They're enemies of us. We really could just go to war with them and deal with Portugal. And then we could, you know, take some territory. And then we could really take their territory and sell it to Castile for some really big money. That could be a very possible angle. And honestly, even give us a foothold in that location, too. Just something to consider as we continue to go. Medgies is possible. Shipbuilding, paved road network. We could do that. I do like a good paved road network. See, I've been too focused on the economy for a while. Increase opinion. Lessen nobility taxes. We'll just see what happens before we do that. We'll see if things differ before we really dive in there. But as you can see, our market has gone all the way up, which is very good. That means our stuff is working. We have built port authorities everywhere. Perfect. We have all the port authorities we need across this location. So the next thing will be markets. So we're definitely going to increase opinion. We're going to support these ideas. And we have to give them a tax one. Unfortunate. Let's see if anything happens. Yeah. Oh. Come on. Anything else? Anything else? Any other event? Dang it. Alright. Unfortunate. Unfreaking fortunate. Alright. And there we have it. So now we got those merchant quarters going. Now we do have some like naval supply workshops, paper workshop, like we would make a lot of money cranking something out like that. We'll build one of those buildings. But before we do anything else, we want to make sure that we get merchant quarters everywhere. That will be insanely good. Yeah, just straight up get us as many of those as we possibly can. This is quite gross that we don't even have that many. So as you can see, just literally in making sure that these locations have all the stuff they need. I think it's Animo that we want. Okay, no, it's that one. So we'll get the people there. I actually think I need to urbanize the other areas as well. So let's stop assimilating and let us really work on developing a not develop. Oh, we can't do it on two different things. Dang. That actually sucks a lot. Alright, he will continue converting. So they're almost 100%. Let's see where we have the lowest. See, I want to find, like, lowest... Okay, Annaba, yeah. I want to find where we have the lowest amount of people, as well as have the, like, lowest amount of culture, as well as people. Because I think that's a really nice balance to hit. And while we're heavily investing in these areas, getting control of, getting these trades... Trade range plus 200 is really awesome. So, developing these, getting control, building a naval powerhouse, all of these things are going to be very, very beneficial. And then we need to really focus over here and finish with these. So, we're going to ignore them. Anything that... 7 stability just is not worth the loss at all. So we have merchant quarters level 12. Yes, this is good for us. I keep hiding this alert because it just keeps being obnoxious. Now that we have more money, let us look here to build more merchant quarters. There we have it. Just, keep clicking the button. Bam, look at that. More merchant quarters. Everybody's getting all the merchant quarters they need. Yes, increased control there. We're developing... I think our capital's looking yet. Oh, 166. Almost there. Almost there. So it just costs more to build these buildings. Honestly, I think I need to look at buildings that are subsidized. So because they have a subsidy, Like, we literally have no one working there, so we're just gonna remove those buildings. So any building that shows red like that, it's just gone. Because there's literally no reason to do it. We need port authorities here. Wait, yeah. Port authority would cost so much to build here because even after taking all of them down, so we have 180. So we need to get rid of 14 more, which I don't know if any of these are subsidies or not. A construction one wouldn't be too bad. Granaries are nice. Like, our lumber mill's good. So, like, we're actually profiting off of those by a lot. So it's like, I don't know how we can justify not building those buildings that help us out a ton when we have that problem. So, yeah. So, we're doing great here. We have a lot of control. We have a lot of money. Our market over here is great. So I guess the trade-off would be just destroy other buildings to try and make like, it'd be destroy the other buildings to try and make more profit, which is definitely an angle we could pursue. It's just I don't know how we pull it off. Alright, so we've gotten trade authorities, we've gotten everything we need. We're up to the 33rd great power based off our tax base and our stuff. So we are climbing through there. We're doing something right. We're building buildings, we're making profit. Our markets are doing great. They have discovered our spies. So we're just gonna ignore the complaints. They have discovered our spy operations. That's no good. They knew what we were up to. They caught us. They caught us. Uh-oh. Oh, wait, do I have no diplomacy? Well, might as well invest in some diplomacy. We require some diplomacy so we can get some diplomats instead of just sitting here with none and hoping Egypt and Morocco never hate us. Right? Or we have like a trifecta. Like we have it's like the North African Alliance going on here. And it kind of protects all of us because if you go to war with one of us, chances are you're going to war with all of us. And if you go to war with all of us, you're probably going to lose. Because I got the boats, they got the troops. And yeah, just how we like it. I mean, this has been such an insane trading and like just absolutely insane amounts of trading happening here and able to grow this market. Like, this market is popping off with trade because we have invested so much into it and allowed us to really grow, and our money is showing. I mean, we have expenses in buildings, but our trade income is through the roof. We're taxing the crap out of our merchants. If we could crank this even higher, like, I would crank these taxes to max if I could on them. We're minting more money. I mean, we did spend more in development and culture. We're actually just going to lower our prestige. Get some more money that way. We'll lower diplomatic spending. Or, you know, maybe we just invest fully in diplomatic spending for a while. So we just crank this up to get your diplomats all the way. So you can just get 6 diplomats. Or 3. We want 3. And we can lower our diplomatic spending. It's a good way to really, let's build We'll build a spy network there again and hope they don't find us. Naples is kind of mad at us. Alright, so we need to spend some in diplomatic spending. Giving loyalist support. I see. So let's stop giving... let's see if we'll do a Rome marriage. Alright, but that's why we have that. Alright, we're no longer going to support them, and that should allow our diplomatic capabilities to go back up. We have incompetent... oh, where are we giving these support? I don't really know where we're building, why we're building, or what's going on with everything. But, oh my goodness. But we're going to keep building everything here. Keep getting more trade. Keep establishing a marvelous nation. So the next thing that we need to do is build things here and get more. So we do have great paper here that is profitable. Essentially, we have just all these profitable buildings that we just need to start cranking out. But I want, before we do that, I want to give us the most possible merchant networks here and allow everyone to prosper like crazy. We couldn't really do that in our capital because there was just too much. But now we have got this, and now we can truly start to crank out these buildings. Like, we have paper, we have naval supply, we have, honestly, just paper and naval supply is what we're going with. Just non-stop. 2 coinage per go is phenomenal. And then the next stuff that we need is going to be... we have all these people surrounding here. We're making hella money now that we have all of these buildings being built. I think we actually want to build a construction... we do have a construction center. Good. Alright. So now that we have all the trading infrastructure here... let's go back to our little capital here and see what we could do about these port authorities. Because we absolutely need port authorities and merchant quarters, but we are still over population. And I guess we just break some of these, like, control left click. So that's 5, 5... alright, we're down to 273. So what is the... I mean, we have printer shops. It's still... we just still have too many buildings. Yeah, we're gonna destroy these foreign buildings. I don't like them. Get rid of them. Let's reduce our armory here as well. Oh. Oh my, wait, they call upon us to join them in their war against Morocco. Yeah, we cannot do that. Sorry. Sorry, we're not gonna go to war with Morocco. We got an alliance with them. That's not going to, ever really help us at all. Unfortunately. That would be very detrimental to our successes here. So honestly, we just keep building these, as many as we can. Just build them all. Fill those buildings up later. We fill them more than we can... like, we build them faster than we can fill them, so it doesn't really change that much. Alright, so our diplomacy spending is great. We have some diplomacy. We're spying on Naples. Let us see what we can do. We could corrupt their officials. We could infiltrate the administration. Sow discontent. Support rebellion, which would be pretty funny. But most great guarantee. So let's see what Naples is working with. They have the Ottomans, Bohemia, Morocco. Dang, we're not a rival to them. That is very displeasing. What alliances do they have? So they have subjects. You know what? This is the best way to see this. Okay, Naples. Yeah, so they have a lot. We're slightly weaker than a navy, but we are, and like Denmark and Hungary aren't really gonna do much. Maybe. So like, we just don't have that many soldiers. That's our biggest thing. So like, we'd have to build up an army before we did this, but we are building the established people there, and we are building the other stuff that we need. And then the next one is to, and honestly, we just need to build as many of these as we possibly can. Like, just keep cranking those out, because that is an insane amount of money every time we build them. And then we will promote people there later. So, we're spying, we're building that. Maybe we just, bam, acquire 40 more. The Navy can go into, the Navy can pop off later. And we're just spending a lot on diplomacy. Customs house. Now these are huge. We need to build that ASAP in both of our places. Market regulation, so trade efficiency. We like that. We like that a lot. We can get rid of some of those things. We can destroy some of those spiritual upholdings. Castile Loop War. So intervening against that would be very interesting. But I think our, like, what we've created here is such an amazing amount of peace that it's really allowed us to, oh, we're going to invest that there. It's really allowed us to shine almost. Like, as you can see, these markets are insanely good, and we're making a lot of profit in these areas. And then with that, we're able to just build those. If we build that customs house, it's going to be a lot here, but customs house there. And then Algiers definitely needs a customs house. Passive political crises. That ain't nothing. Perhaps their greed got the better of them. We'll be close after this next. Bam. And now we have customs housing. Absolutely phenomenal. So I don't get why these buildings get, Oh, I wonder if the game moves people from one building to another when another becomes better. Very, very interesting. Alright, but we will continue to, we're assimilating, we're developing, we're increasing control. All is very well. So we're just full economic investment. We're almost at 300 per turn right now, which is nutty to say the least. So somehow that group of unemployed just keeps growing right here, which you hate to see. But let's build some spinner shops here. Pretty much, we're just building this into an absolute economic powerhouse. As you can see, we're almost at 300 gold per, and we are making so much now that we've invested. We are rapidly becoming a very, very powerful location. Let's absolutely found a town there. This is almost ready to become a city. You know what? We'll make it a city. Why not? If it's grown that much and had that much love, it definitely deserves to become a city. Then we have Talabot here. This location here. Alright, so we're getting cities, we're getting towns. That's probably not ready to become a city. This absolutely should become a city. Or is it already a city? Oh, they're not our people. That's why they're not our people. That explains so much why we can't make them become ours. I was like, what? Why can't we? They're doing nothing there. How is our capital doing? It still has more buildings, so we need to get rid of 4 buildings, and we will be fine. So let us get rid of 1 tool guild, or well, I guess we look and see if anything is just subpar. It's not, because I want, like, these port authorities need to happen. It's just I need to get rid of 4 buildings. You know what? 1. We'll just delete the least one. Like, we don't need carpentry. Goodbye, carpenters. You don't do anything for us. I mean, we'll leave 1, but like, they don't need these goods at all. They ain't really profiting much for us. So we'll delete these, and now we can really build port authorities. We have plenty of tailoring guilds, so that's fine. Our paper making is elite. Now we can build 8 merchant quarters here. And 18 port authorities. Alright. Hopefully that solves our building crisis. There we go. Okay, so we destroyed a lot of buildings. We're upgrading all of those marketplaces. We actually can just build port authorities there. And that should help us a lot, make even more money. Let us get more prestige, of course. We want to always be a prestigious organization. You know, we'll even invest in our prestige. Since we have the army and the navy at half maintenance, funding them enough to be great is more than satisfying for me. Then, of course, we need to build more port authorities. Crank those out. We will obviously rule as we see fit. Oh, we have a royal marriage from Mali. Accept. Absolutely, we'll accept that. Then we will build even more port authorities at our capital. Heavy economic and okay. Oh boy. So this is going to get crazy. If we accept that, we're going to war with the Ottomans and Egypt. Oh man, Egypt's worth keeping, so we have to accept this, and this will probably be the craziest decision our empire has ever made, because the Ottomans are incredibly powerful. As you can see, they have way more than us. We are much weaker than them, but Egypt has a lot as well. So with Egypt at our side, we might be able to do it. But that is definitely going to end this episode, and we will make this crazy decision at the beginning of the next one. So I really hope you enjoyed this, and until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.